Hi guys, so I was looking at some documents because I'm updating my portfolio and I realized that there is so many things I can't show just because I signed a non-disclosure agreement, and I want to do this little video just to show you guys kind of alternative methods to go around non-disclosure agreements that you can use to finally come up with that portfolio. Some of you may not know what an NDA is. If you don't know, don't be worried because you will be probably signing one in the future. It's something that's pretty common. It's going to be pretty frequent during your design career, so you better get familiar with it. A non-disclosure agreement is a legal contract that prohibits you from sharing sensitive information such as work in progress, methodologies, or any other confidential information that gives a company advantage over its competitors. So beware of that, guys. Just familiarize with the whole concept of that type of contract. The contracts change. There is no non-disclosure agreement that's the same, like they are all different. So consider that as well. You have to be familiar with the restrictions of your specific non-disclosure agreement. So first, the thing you have to do is to ask the company. So ask them about the permission to show the work to the public. So give them a brief of the content you're going to be showing, and just ask them if that's something that's possible for you to do. And you may be surprised. If you don't ask, you won't get an answer. So ask first about it prior to doing anything else. And if that doesn't work, guys, there is other ways. There is always a way. For example, you can redact sensitive information. Just go around all the content, inspect all the content you have for that specific project, that specific case study you're working on, and analyze if there is any other information that can be considered confidential and redact it so it doesn't represent the true information, the actual information. For example, edit the logo. So modify the logo so it doesn't look like the actual brand logo. That's something that you can do. Or come up with placeholder content, meaning, I don't know, wireframes or other types of content that you can recreate to illustrate the process or to support an idea you're expressing on that specific case study. So there's always a way to solving those specific issues. You can also create fake data, for example, to represent the data you obtain from a specific user activity, or just maybe qualitative data. Just come up with numbers. And I see you coming. You may say, but what's the point of showing a portfolio that doesn't include 100% of actual content, that has placeholder content, if we can say. And to that I will answer that we have to remember that what we do is not only visual. We solve problems. Designers solve problems. And if you get called to an interview, they are going to focus more on the process, on how you solve the problem, on what you know about design and how you applied it to that specific project you worked on, or that specific problem. So focus on that aspect more than on the actual visual content of your case study. Don't forget about it, but I mean, you still have to give some importance to the visual aspect of it. You have to keep it engaging and just interesting for someone that's reading your case study. So don't forget about it, guys. But if that doesn't work, then you can protect your information with a password. It sounds like great, because what else screams confidentiality as much as a password? So we think that, but in my opinion, there is always a negative side for everything. And for this, it adds an additional layer of friction, and that may prevent a recruiter or a client to contact you or to hire you in the first place. So that's a negative point. Or there is another one, which is, let's say that you present your work, and when you present your work to a recruiter or a client, a potential client, they can see the logo, and they see really the logo of the company, they see really detailed information about that project. Wouldn't they think that, okay, if this guy is showing me this sensitive information, what's to say that he's not going to do the same with our work, with our projects? So guys, beware of the dangers of this alternative. And finally, if any of those methods work for your specific non-disclosure agreement, then you have to come up with a side project. Coming up with a side project, a redesign, or whatever you wanna work on, just create something that you're going to be able to showcase on your portfolio through a case study, showcasing how you think, how you solve problems using design methodologies. And the advantage with that is that you won't have to rely on industry work to come up with a portfolio, which is the goal of the whole thing, you know? So hopefully this was helpful for you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing. I want this video to help as many people as possible. I think that it's pretty helpful for people like us, which are starting in the field, because this can define if we are able in the future to show our work through a portfolio or not. So that project you worked on for 3-4 months, if you're not able to show it to the next company you're interested in at working at, or maybe your next client, then that sucks, you know? So remember that the most important thing is to show who you are, what you know, and how you can help that specific client or company. So thanks guys, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye.